Beauty and the Beast, a modern retelling. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived a girl named Belle. She was unlike anyone else in the village. While most people were busy with their daily routines, Belle spent her time reading books, dreaming of adventure, and imagining a world beyond her little town. People thought she was strange because she preferred stories over gossip and learning over fashion. But Belle didn't care. She longed for something more. One day, Belle's father, Maurice, who was an inventor, decided to travel to a nearby town to sell one of his new creations. Before he left, Belle kissed him on the cheek and said, "Come back soon, Papa. And don't get lost this time." Maurice laughed and promised to return quickly. But fate had other plans. Maurice took the wrong path and ended up deep in the dark forest. As the sun set, the trees seemed to grow taller, their twisted branches stretching toward him like fingers. He shivered as the wind howled. Suddenly, rain began pouring down, making it impossible to see the road. Then, out of nowhere, Maurice saw a magnificent castle hidden behind the trees. Its tall towers disappeared into the fog, and golden light glowed from its windows. He hurried toward it, desperate for shelter. As he stepped inside, he gasped. The castle was grand but eerie. The chandeliers sparkled, the paintings on the walls seemed to watch him, and the air smelled of ancient books and candle wax. But there was something strange. The place was completely silent. He walked further inside and, to his surprise, saw a table filled with delicious food. Starving from his journey, Maurice hesitated only for a moment before taking a bite of a warm pastry. But before he could take another, a deep, terrifying growl echoed through the room. "Who dares enter my castle?" Maurice turned and saw the beast. He was enormous. His shadow stretched across the room, his fur was dark, and his golden eyes burned with anger. Maurice stumbled backward, trying to explain. I didn't mean to trespass. I was lost in the storm." The beast's voice thundered through the castle. "You have stolen from me. Now you must pay the price." Terrified, Maurice begged for mercy, but the beast was relentless. He locked Maurice in the castle's dungeon, refusing to let him go. Days passed and Maurice did not return home. Belle grew worried. She set off on her own, determined to find him. After searching the forest, she finally stumbled upon the mysterious castle. She ran inside and gasped when she saw her father locked in a cold, dark cell. "Papa!" she cried, rushing to him. The beast appeared, his massive figure blocking the light. "Your father is my prisoner," he growled. "He trespassed into my home." Belle's heart raced. She couldn't let her father stay here. "Take me instead," she said. The beast froze. No one had ever offered themselves willingly. "You would take his place?" he asked, his voice softer now. Belle nodded bravely. And just like that, her fate was sealed. The beast let Maurice go, but Belle had to stay in the castle forever. At first, Belle hated the castle. It was cold, lonely, and full of strange magic. The beast himself was distant and angry, always keeping to the shadows. But soon, she noticed something curious. The castle was alive. The candelabra, Lumiere, could talk. The clock, Cogsworth, was always worried. The teapot, Mrs. Potts, and her little teacup son, Chip, were kind and welcoming. Belle started exploring. She found a library so big that it took her breath away. She'd never seen so many books in her life. One day, the beast caught her in the library. Instead of yelling, he hesitated and said, You can read any book you like." Belle looked at him surprised. "You like books?" she asked. The beast shifted uncomfortably. "I never learned how to read very well," he admitted. Belle smiled for the first time. "Then I'll teach you." And so they spent time together. Slowly, Belle saw that the beast wasn't cruel. He was awkward, sometimes grumpy, but also kind, intelligent, and even funny. One evening, as they stood on the castle balcony watching the stars, Belle asked, "Why do you live here all alone?" The beast sighed, "Because I was cursed." He told her his secret. He had once been a selfish prince. A powerful enchantress had punished him, turning him into a beast. The curse could only be broken if someone loved him despite his appearance. Belle stared at him, realizing that he wasn't a monster at all. He was just lonely. But before Belle could process her feelings, she received terrible news. Her father was sick. The beast saw her sadness and made a choice. "Go to him, Belle. You are free." Tears filled her eyes. "But what about you?" The beast smiled sadly. "You have already given me more than I deserve." Belle rushed home, but when the townspeople learned about the beast, they misunderstood him. Led by the arrogant Gaston, they marched to the castle with weapons, ready to destroy the creature they feared. Belle ran as fast as she could, but she arrived too late. Gaston had already attacked the beast. "No!" Belle cried, watching in horror as the beast collapsed. She rushed to him, holding his face in her hands. "Please don't leave me," she whispered. And in that moment, she knew, "I love you." A golden light surrounded the beast. His fur disappeared, his claws shrank. Before her eyes, he transformed back into a human prince. "It was your love that saved me." The castle bloomed with magic. The servants became human again. The dark clouds disappeared, and sunlight poured in through the windows. Belle had finally found the adventure she had always dreamed of. Not in books, but in real life. And they lived happily ever after.